welcome back to more farms. That's definitely not the game I'm playing. Welcome back to more Pokémon Emerald. So last time we got our starter Pokémon, which is Mudkip. Doesn't have a nickname yet because, well, I'm bad with those. And we actually have Pokeballs now, so we can catch Pokemon. I can talk about the Pokemon this route now, but I might actually save it for later. The reason for that is, like I said, there's a route coming up, and I'm gonna be on that route for a while, if you know what I mean. So that'll be a good time to talk about the new Pokemon. But anyway, we don't need a heal. I think I just did. But as you would guess, if you go to the Pokemon now, you can buy Pokeballs. I wanna buy. Should I buy 10 of these? Yeah, sure enough. So if you buy 10 Pokeballs, they'll throw in a Premier Ball too. Which is basically just a Pokeball that looks cool. That's it. So let's go on to Route 102 now. Route 103 basically has nothing else but that rival battle, or if you want to catch Wingle, that's the earliest place you can do it. But anyway, I'm going to catch a whole bunch of Pokemon. Me too, to be honest. But anyway, let's go through the route first, and then I'll go searching, I guess. If you have Pokemon with you, then you're an official Pokemon trainer. You can't say no to my challenge. But anyway, let's go into, well, Pokemon Battle Basics for this guy. And then afterwards, we're going to be talking about the new Pokemon. So here's Calvin and his Pucciana. So you can't run from trainer battles, you can't throw Pokeballs at trainer Pokemon, and you need to defeat them. That's the basics. So yeah, and he has Pucciana, which learns Howl apparently, which raises attack. Not bad move for this generation actually, if it's on, well, a good Pokemon. Unfortunately, I don't think that many good Pokemon get Howl, so yeah. In this gen, and then Howl basically becomes obsolete the next generation when more Pokemon get better boosting moves. But anyway, I also should train mine more. So there we go. Let's actually talk about the new Pokemon now. But anyway, there's a bug catcher. They specialize in bug type Pokemon. Guess if that wasn't obvious. Haha! I just met. I'll take on with my bug Pokemon. So anyway, first on the chopping block is gonna be Pucciana, the Pokemon we just fought. So Pucciana, it's very mid. So it has Runaway as an ability, but that becomes Intimidate when it evolves into Mightyena. It learns kind of interesting moves. The problem is that it's a physical attacking Dark type. If we go into Mightyena. So let's look at Mightyena's stats now, so I can show that. So yeah, Mightyena has 90 attack, but it only has 60 special attack, and its other stats are kind of mediocre too. 70 speed, 70 defense, 60 special defense, 70 HP. So yeah, this is definitely a very early game Dark type, but unfortunately Dark type doesn't really help in the early game that much, because you don't fight too many Psychics. So, because yeah, that's what Dark is really good against. Because yeah, I didn't get the chance to show Dark type that much in my last playthrough, because that was Green, of course. But yeah, Dark, it counters Psychic really well because it's immune to Psychic types attacks, and also Dark type is super effective. But anyway, like I said, the problem is the big Achilles heel is that it's a physical attacking Dark type, and Dark is special in this game. So, and this wasn't very. I'm not very tall, so I sink right into tall grass. The grass goes on moves up, Fachu! So they're sneezing. But anyway, this first is a little dangerous, but anyway, they're just going to train it with both beginners. And yeah, its other moves aren't that great either. Like, yeah, it does get Crunch, but you're not going to be doing that much with that, unfortunately. Howl could be fun, but yeah, it doesn't really have many good moves to abuse it with. And it gets a lot of other interesting moves like Roar, Swagger, Scary Face, Taunt even, but yeah, nothing like too offensive. And yeah, its TM pool not super impressive either. Shadow Ball is probably a best, like, pseudo-stab basically. Which yeah, not that great, and also only a one-use TM, so yeah. Oh yeah, that train's kind of dangerous because they were Tello, but yeah. They got one-shots, that's cool. I called you because I thought I could beat you. well. And yeah, unfortunately it doesn't really get that much else interesting in the TM or other TMs, and also the Move Tutor and Egg Move department. It does get Poison Fang. I think I remember the Shadow Pucciana in XD having that, but yeah, nothing else is good. So yeah, like I said, Pucciana, quite an underwhelming Dark type. If you really want to use a physical Dark type Pokemon for some weird reason in this game, you have a better option much later in the game. So anyway, that took longer than I expected. I guess I'm not used to talking about Pokemon in this game, but anyway. Let's look at Zigzagoon now. So Zigzagoon, oh, this has one. It evolves into Linoon at level 20, so again, like Pucciana, its stats aren't that impressive. It only has 70 attack and a good 100 speed, but yeah, it's low attack and being a normal type which doesn't do super effective damage very well. Yeah, it's a bit, again, it might not impress you that much offensively, but Zigzagoon is a decent early game Pokemon because it learns Headbutt at level 9, and with Stab does pretty good damage against a lot of things. So yeah, there's like, for example here, we find this Grass type. Having like the Zigzagoon with Headbutt to deal with it would actually be really nice, but Mudkip's showing it's actually pretty good against this Grass type. Shrimp, of course. So yeah, there's that, but other than that, there isn't that much interesting. Although, it does learn Belly Drum at level 53 as a Linoon, so that could be fun. Basically, you halve your own HP, and then you maximize your attack stat. And one cool thing about Linoon with this move is that, as an egg move, it gets Extreme Speed, I'm pretty sure. No, it's a event, I think. But anyway, here's the next town, but like I said, I'm gonna go looking for Pokemon, so what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna go back to the start of this route, so I can use the Pokemon Center here to heal. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? So yeah, I know I can get Extreme Speed in this generation, I kind of forgot how, but anyway. It does get a lot of special moves via TM because that's what a lot of normal types do, but again, it can't really make good use of those. It only has 50 special attack. So yeah, Linoon... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I kind of want to catch the Zigzagoon. Because another thing about them, they are good for using HM moves early on in the game. Because they can cut, they can Rock Smash. It's not too bad. Yeah, here's a Lotad. A very strange Pokemon because of its type. And yeah, it doesn't really get that much interesting in terms of egg moves and Mewtwo. So yeah, Linoon, a decent Pokemon. It's definitely usable, but yeah, there's definitely more interesting normal types later on in the game too. They kind of outclass it. But in the early game, Zigzagoon with Headbutt isn't too bad. Anyway, what's next on the chopping block? That'll be Wurmple. This is a very strange Pokemon. Like, it looks like your generic early game bug type. Oh, here's one. But, I don't really need to catch it, so yeah, I'm gonna knock it out. But anyway, it looks like just a generic early game bug type, but what's interesting about Wurmple is that it evolves randomly into either Silcoon or Cascoon. And then Silcoon evolves into Beautyfly at level 10, and then Cascoon evolves into Dustox at level 10 as well. And then you get the Cocoon Poke at level 7. I say it's random because technically it isn't. It's based on the personality value, but you can't influence the personality value in any way other than catching another Wurmple, so yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing I should have mentioned. Let's talk about Linoon's ability, Pickup. Actually a really good one, so if you run into a Zigzagoon, catch it, and then have it like tag around with its Pickup and help you out, so that could be fun. So basically, Pickup, you have a 10% chance after a battle that the Pokemon will pick up an item for you. So yeah, it's free items, you can't really complain about that. So yeah, like I said, Zigzagoon's worth catching because of that, so think about it. But yeah, back to Wurmple. So Wurmple doesn't really learn anything interesting on its own. Let me get it back. I'm doing this all wrong. There we go. So yeah, Wurmple on its own doesn't learn anything interesting. Tackle, String Shot, Poison Sting, that's it. But when it evolves, no matter what it evolves into, it's gonna get Harden, which, cool I guess, but it also means that if you catch a Silcoon or a Cascoon in the wild, which isn't a bad idea because, again, that makes it easier to get the final evolution you want. That means it's that only moves, so yeah. I just catch a Wurmple if you really want to use Beautifly and Dustox. Let's talk about these Pokemon individually now. So, and yeah, I need a heal. So, first off, Beautifly. So, Beautifly is an early game bug flying type. 90 special attack isn't bad, but it has 70 attack as well, which, to be honest, that's not terrible because both bug and flying are physical in this game, so I can at least hit somewhat hard with those. And it has kind of a bad 65 speed. But anyway. So, Beautifly. So, what's cool about Beautifly is it's basically like Butterfree. It does some interesting moves, actually. Stun Spore at level 17. It gets Gust for that stab. It gets Morning Sun to heal, which is kind of weird. Mega Drain, Giga Drain, Silverwind. So a lot of cool moves. What I think Beautifly's best at, it also gets some interesting TMs too. Like, maybe try Psychic if you really want. But yeah, this is not... It's not what I call a good, like, Pokemon throughout the whole game, but Beautifly is great for a Mudkip trainer. So is Dustox too, but the main reason why is that, well, it kills off Grass-type Pokemon really easily, because it's quad... It can't resist Grass, and it can learn Gust to, counter them. But anyway, here's Zigzagoon's. Pogo Sentry, the tiny raccoon, rubbing its nose against the ground, it always wanders about back and forth in search of something. It is distinguished by the zigzag footprints it leaves. Pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, having a lot of these around is good because they have pickup. As you see that. So, anyway, let's keep looking. So I'm about to Beautifly. So yeah, it gets Gust to kill a Grass-type Pokemon. Another cool thing about it too is that it cold resists Flying, and the second gym is a Flying-type gym, and also a really difficult one. So this is a decent option. There are probably better ways to deal with that Flying-type gym, like maybe Taillow later, because that gets a really strong... It's a really strong Flying type, that also gets a really good Flying type move. Potentially. But yeah, like I said, Beautifly may not be a bad option. For that, I think it's better than Dustox probably because it's able to take out the Pokemon easier because of its higher attacking stats. But Dustox might be better because it has a good defensive type, and I guess I can talk about that now. But yeah, like I said, Beautifly, an interesting Pokemon, but it's kind of generic when you compare it to the other early game bugs because yeah, it's still a bug flying type. It does some interesting moves, but nothing like super standouts. It has a cool design, it's also really violent apparently, so very weird Pokemon. And now let's talk about Dustox. So Dustox is the more defensive of these two, having a decent 90 special defense. It's also kind of slow at 65 speed. It also has decent senior defense, but its offenses are quite low, only 50 attack and special attack. So anyway, in terms of like moves it learns, it gets a lot of Psychic type moves. Confusion, it also learns Gust too, I guess. Moonlight, it gets Psybeam, Whirlwind, Light Screen could be interesting if they level up. Silverwind could be interesting. It learns Toxic if they level up, which is actually kind of cool. TM wise, it's also alright. It does get Stab Sludge Bomb, which isn't bad. But yeah, it doesn't have very good attacking stats, so yeah, it's probably not going to be doing much of that. But yeah, like I said, it's decent. Bug Poison is decent type defensively. It also quad resists Flying, so it's also a good choice that second gym. But yeah, like I said, it's probably not going to stand out that much afterwards, just like Beautifly. And even though it learns some interesting moves, yeah, it's later on in the game it's probably gonna let you down more often than not. But yeah, it's definitely usable. You can definitely find a way to use it, but yeah, I wouldn't use it normally, if you know what I mean. But anyway, what have we got next? So after that, we have the Pokemon just a card, Lotad. So Lotad is very strange. It's a water grass type. A very good type defensively, because yeah, it's only weak to poison, flying, and bug, I'm pretty sure. It also quad resists water, which is actually really good in this game. Because yeah, water type Pokemon and trainers are kind of embedded, if you don't already know. So that's cool. What else about it? So it kind of has a bad start, again, just like let's see. Okay, good. If you could tell, I'm kind of interested in this Pokemon here. But anyway. So, again, it kind of has a bad start. Astonish and Growl is all it starts with on this route. It learns Absorb at level 7, but then again, that's still a weak grass type move. Nature Power is interesting though. Basically, okay, let's talk about this Pokemon. Well, this Pokemon's Pokédex Sentry first. Ralts, the feeling Pokemon. A Ralts has the power to sense the emotions of people and Pokemon with the horns on its head. It takes cover if it senses any hostility. Interesting. But anyway, back to Lotad. So like I said, kind of a bad start, but at least it doesn't take that long for it to evolve into Lombre at level 14. But anyway, Lombre learns better moves, but nothing like super stands out. Okay, there are definitely some things that stand out. Fake Out is pretty good at level 19. That move always goes first and causes the opponent to flinch, but you can only use it on the first turn that you use Lotad, or Lombre in this case. It does on Hydro Pump at level 49, but by that point you probably should have it evolved already, and it's probably using Surf. Because yeah, it can learn that, which is pretty cool. Other than that, nothing too interesting. And then finally we have its evolution into Ludicolo. It needs a Water Stone, which I believe is kind of late in the game, but it's definitely worth it, because Ludicolo is a very decent water grass type. Water or grass type, because well, it's both. But anyway, it's got a good 90 special attack, it has a decent 70 speed, and attack and defense, and 80 HP, and then 100 special defense. So yeah, it can make use of its type in very interesting ways, like its abilities. So, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the bug types abilities. I believe Wurmple has Shield Dust, which is an interesting move ability that not many Pokemon get. It prevents the Pokemon from being hit by additional effects of moves. So, like Mudslap, for example, always loses accuracy. If you have Shield Dust, that doesn't happen. And then I believe the cocoons, they get Shed Skin, which basically if they get statused, then let's look at this Ralts actually. It's a serious Ralts with the Trace ability. But anyway. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. So like I said, the cocoons, they probably get Shed Skin, I believe that's what they get. Then Beautiful gets Swarm, which it does learn Silverwind to use that with, so that's pretty cool. And then Dustox, what does that get? Shield Dust again, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, let's catch another Zigzagoon, because yeah, like I said, these have pickup. So back to the Pokemon we're actually talking about, Ludicolo. So yeah, Ludicolo has two interesting abilities, Swiss Swim and Rain Dish. So Swiss Swim doubles the speed in rain, and Rain Dish heals it in rain. So yeah, of course, Rain Dance becomes a really good option, especially if you have other Pokemon that can abuse the rain too, like maybe another water type. Because yeah, this can function as your grass type, and then you can have another water type work with it. And yeah, the Rain Dish is pretty cool because one of its egg moves is Leech Seed, and Leech Seed is actually very obtainable on this thing. Because Shrimish learns Leech Seed and it can breed Leech Seed onto Lotad. It also gets Razor Leaf and Water Gun to maybe give it a better start as an egg move, but yeah, I go Leech Seed. It does get some interesting move tutor moves, but yeah, nothing like super stands out. But yeah, Ludico, it can work as a good attacker with Susem, or it can become a defensive Pokemon if used with Rain Dish. So yeah, very multi-purpose Pokemon and a very fun Pokemon to use. I've used it before and it's definitely served you very well. I could use it in this playthrough, but yeah, I decided to use a different grass type. Hehe, anyway. Hint hint, anyway. After that, C-Dot. This Pokemon's strange, because it's perfectly obtainable in Pokemon Ruby, but in Emerald, for some reason, they decided to make it a 1% encounter rate on this route. And it's very rare throughout the whole game, except in a trade, because yeah, I believe there's a trade in Rustboro for one, but yeah. Let's just say this is a very hard Pokemon to get in Emerald. So if you want to use it, you probably want to either play Ruby or Omega Ruby. Let's talk about the Pokemon itself. So C-Dot is strange because it evolves into a Grass Dart type in Nuzleaf at level 14. And yeah, this is basically the version exclusive with Lotad over here. But anyway, it also learns Fake Out at level 19. It gets Faint Attack at level 31, and that's probably when you want to evolve it too. Although it does get a move which I believe... Okay, it's not a signature move, but not many Pokemon get it. At level 49, so the same level when Lombre lets Hydro Pump, you can get Extra Sensory, an 80 power Psychic type move, of all things, that may cause the opponent to flinch. So it's cool for tight coverage, but at level 49 I feel like that's a bit too late. So yeah, that's that. But anyway, let's talk about the main party piece of this family, Shitree. To get a Shitree, you need Nuzleaf to use a Leaf Stone, which again I think has gone a little bit late. But anyway, this Tengu looking Pokemon, which is actually a really cool origin for a Pokemon. Chlorophyll or early bird has its abilities, and Chlorophyll's easily the best one. The main thing that kind of holds this Pokemon back normally is that its stabs are kind of low base power moves. So Giga Drain is 60 power, so is Faint Attack. But on the Sun, you get a speed boost, and you can use a much better Grass Stab and Solar Beam. So that's very worth considering if you're using this Pokemon to make it quite terrifying. Other than that, it does get some decent coverage. Brick Break, Rock Tomb could be interesting, I guess. Alongside the aforementioned Giga Drain and Faint Attack. It gets Explosion. You can either wait with C-Dot to learn it, or just use the Move Tutor, which I recommend doing the Move Tutor part. I should not have killed that, by the way. I'm not super focusing on the game, but yeah. And in terms of Echoes, you got Leech Seed again, which again could be really good. Anyway, nothing else really stands out. Quick Attack could be fun, but yeah, I think you already have pretty good coverage. But anyway, it's a mixed attacker again. 100 attack is cool, but it does have a decent... Oh, I didn't mean that. It does have a decent 90 special attack. So it's not hurt by having its physical attack be higher than its special attack in this game. Because yeah, both its stabs are special. It also has a good 80 speed, so if you go with the Chlorophyll route, this thing is going to outspeed a lot. So I probably should start running away from these things because yeah, luck gets super high level. Which yeah, I think I'll do. But anyway. So yeah, if you are able to get a C-Dot somehow on this route, or you decide to do that trade, this is a pretty interesting grass type. Too bad, yeah, like I said, it's kind of let down by the fact that all of its stabs are low base power moves. So unless you go that Solar Beam route, which I can definitely recommend. And yeah, one reason why I'm kind of interested in doing these rank cards, I'm interested to see if I can get one. I'm not so sure if it's gonna be a team member, but because yeah, I think I have my heart set on what grass type I want. But if I run into one, I might consider it. But anyway, let's just keep running. So then we got the Pokemon that was on Route 103. So I'm actually going in Pokedex order this time. That'll be Wingle. So yeah, let's run away. So Wingle, this is a Water Flying type. It has the Keen Eye ability, which is kind of meh. It means that its accuracy can't be dropped. And at level 25, Wingle evolves into Pelipper. But anyway, it actually has a decent start because it actually gets a stab water gun to start with, which is pretty cool. It gets Wing Attack at level 13 as well, so it could potentially help out a Mudkip Trainer too, but yeah, it doesn't hit super hard, and it takes it to level 25 to evolve. Into Pelipper, this Pokemon's kind of annoying to fight, not because of it being like a threatening Pokemon or anything, but because at level 25 it learns Protect, and trainers love to spam that, which is very annoying, but anyway. So nothing else too noticeable. It does get the Stockpile moves, which is a very weird move where you use it and then you can use it up to 3 times, and then afterwards you can either use Swallow to recover your HP but get rid of all your stockpiles, or Spit Up to do damage. Apparently it's 100 power, so interesting. I don't know if that's at max power or anything or not, but anyway. But yeah, that takes a lot of turns to sub, and then you get rid of your stockpile boost too. I don't think it raises defense in this game. I know it does it later generations, but anyway, team-wise, he does get Ice Beam. It gets Shockwave randomly, so it can actually fight off other Wingle, Pelippers, or other water types. Other than that, nothing super great. And its attack moves are kind of strange. Twister on this thing is kind of weird because yeah, its stats look quite underwhelming. 65 speed, 85 special attack, and 50 attack. But it has 100 defense. So yeah, this is supposed to be a bulky Pokemon, but its type can work with that, because it's only weak to Electric ×4 and Rock. I think it resists a decent amount. Let me see. It kind of does. It kind of resists a good amount. But yeah. Unfortunately, it's not really that great as a defensive Pokemon. It doesn't get reliable recovery. It doesn't really hit very hard, because it only has 85 special attack. And yeah, it doesn't really do like that much interesting, unfortunately. But all that changed when Gen 7 rolled around and decided to give this thing Drizzle. And it became a lot better because it has Hurricane, which becomes 100% accurate with that rain. And also Water Style, of course, so yeah. Definitely a redemption story. I was considering using this thing in this game, but yeah. If I'm ever gonna use a Pelipper, definitely when it gets its big buff with Drizzle. But yeah, before that, it's kind of a meh Pokemon that might serve you well. One cool thing about it, I guess, in this game is that it can use both Surf and Fly, so if you want a Pokemon that can press rolls like that, it could be fun, but yeah, it only has 50 attacks, so Flying type moves are kind of hard to use with it, so yeah. You're probably going to be mostly using Surf, Ice Beam, and your weird Shockwave. Anyway, so what's next? Ralts, the Pokemon I just caught. So, well, a little bit ago. So Ralts, very interesting Pokemon. This is a Psychic type. So Psychic types are mainly known for having a really good special attack, and also being pretty good on the special defense too. Which yeah, Ralts follows that trend to a T. Its abilities are interesting. Synchronize, which makes it so that if it gets status, the enemy Pokemon also gets status. Then Trace, where it copies the opponent's ability when it's brought into battle. It's not as good as in later generations because, yeah, for example, in this game, if you try to Trace Intimidate, you won't intimidate the Pokemon right back, unfortunately. But Trace is still good. It might seem like a gimmicky ability, but there are some Pokemon that it really messes up. For example, you can use it, this is kind of niche, but you can use it against a Weather Abuser to copy the whether abusing ability and then fight back at them. So like for example, we were talking about Ludicolo and Swiss Swim, so you can trace that and you can outspeed the Ludicolo then, which could be very devastating. Then there's Pokemon that have an ability that absorbs their own type. So for example, I use a Jolteon in my Leaf Green playthrough, and that has Volt Absorb. And if I send out Rots against it with Trace, then I get its Volt Absorb, and then it can't use Thunderbolt against me, which is really good. But anyway, what makes Rots a bad start? As you saw briefly, it only has Growl, and it learns Confusion at level 6, but once it does get the ball rolling, it's not too bad. What makes Rots really good though is level 20 evolves into Curlia, but more importantly, it learns Psychic at level 26, which is very early for such a good move. Because yeah, that's going to be your main attacking move for this thing, and it only learns at level 26. It also gets Calm Mind, which is a very good move, raises special attack, and special defense all in one. Its other moves are kind of interesting too. You could use Double Team if you want to be a scumbag. That raises evasion, and it's normally banned in competitive because of the luck factor that it provides. It also gets Imprisoned, so you can try and mess up other Psychic types. Future Sight could be fun to try and hit Dark type Pokemon, because in this game, it doesn't have a type. So it doesn't get Stab, it's 80 power, but it can hit Dark types. And it also gets the Hypnosis Dream Eater combination at level 47 and then level 54, but those moves I don't think are very good, especially because Hypnosis is a bad 60 accuracy. TM wise, unfortunately for Roltz and... Actually, I was looking at Curlia when I was talking about Hypnosis and Dream Eater, so it's going to be much later with Gardevoir, which is evolved at level 30. 51 and 60, so yeah, you're not going to be getting this for a long time. But anyway, TM wise, it's alright. It gets Thunderbolt for coverage, but unfortunately that's it. You're going to be using Psychic and Thunderbolt as your coverage. It gets Shockwave too, but yeah, that's just a weaker Thunderbolt. I guess Thief is also interesting. That's a 40 power special move, so it could be good early game. It does get screens, so it can do stuff with that. A lot of interesting moves, but yeah, nothing super offensive. It does get good Pucciana moves, but most of those are in the post game. And its egg move list is actually kind of interesting. Disable, which isn't that great in this game unfortunately. Will-O-Wisp to help its low physical defense. Mean Look could be interesting. Memento, so it can kill itself to lower the foe's attacking stats. And Destiny Bond to kill the enemy if it gets killed. So that's pretty cool. And then let's talk about stats. So Gardevoir, like I said, it fits the high special attack, high special defense to a T. 125 special attack, 115 special defense. It is a little... It's got good 80 base speed, but yeah, there's another Psychic type coming kind of soon that has much higher offenses. But Gardevoir, it's definitely a lot more bulky, especially on the special defense, so that's its niche. It's also a lot easier to use because Gardevoir is not a trade evolution like the other Pokemon. So yeah, a very fun Pokemon, a Pokemon that a lot of people like for probably the wrong reasons. It has another evolution. Curly gets another evolution, Gen 4, called Gallade, which is a name you probably have seen in my comment section a lot. That's a very fun Pokemon, but unfortunately it's Gen 4, so we won't be seeing it in this game. So yeah, and the reason why I'm searching for this grass, or I was searching for this grass, should be saying, Roltz is going to be the second team member. But yeah, it's going to need a little bit of help, because yeah, it only has Growl, so yeah, maybe after this part, I'll get it to Confusion, and then we can start using it. So anyway, only one Pokemon left that we need to talk about, so yeah, I've been only talking about new Pokemon, but yeah, there's a lot, because yeah, this is the start of our adventure. The last Pokemon we need to talk about is Surskit. This is only found in Ruby and Sapphire. It's the 1% encounter instead of Seedot. And it's not very good in this game. it gets a massive stat boost, its evolution does at least, in Gen 7, and it actually makes it kind of fun to use, but in this generation it's kind of bad. Mainly because, yeah, there's a lot of underwhelming stuff about it, but anyway, it's a bug water type, kind of an interesting type combination. It's only weak to electric, flying, rock, and it resists a decent amount as well. It's a cool type combination, and it's cool to see actual, like, kind of good Pokemon with it. It learns some interesting moves to level up, nothing like too amazing. Ball Beam I guess is cool at level 25, but by that point it's evolved. And when it does evolve, it ditches the cool bug water type that's also unique to it in this game for a generic bug flying type, which kind of annoyed me until it got the stat boost and became kind of interesting. But anyway, Masquerain, it makes itself a bit more interesting than those other bug flying types by having the Intimidate ability. So, good ability, but the problem is its stats are underwhelming. Which I guess we can go over now. 60 attack, 80 special attack, 60 speed. 82 special defense I guess is cool, but yeah, the special attack, special defense, and speed all get a 20... I believe they all get a 20-point boost. Or was it just the special attack and speed? I can't remember. In Gen 7. So yeah, it became a lot better because of that. Oh, there's another Rot. I guess we can go catch it. So anyway, let's talk about what it actually learns. Anyway, trace my torrent. Tackle maybe? Let's see. I knock it out. Oh well. I need to wait for it to growl, I guess. But yeah, all the ones I found have trace. I guess that's gonna be the ability we're gonna be going with. But anyway, it learns Stun Spore at level 40. Kind of late for that move, to be honest. Gust at 26, which I guess could be fun because it gets stabbed, but its physical attack is kind of bad. Silverwind, yeah, that's another thing too. Its stabs are both physical, so can't really make use of that okay special attack. Let's try Mud Slap because it's slightly weaker. And there you go. I probably should be using that. And yeah, other than that, nothing much interesting. I guess TM-wise, it does get Ice Beam because it was a water type. I probably don't need to catch any more 6 Goons, but anyway. Need to save this Pokeball for more things. Because yeah, now they're going to the boxes. But yeah, I guess I'll take the best ones. And then move tutor-wise, nothing interesting. Egg move-wise does get Hydro Pump, but yeah, not Stab anymore, which is a shame. Let's go heal actually. And yeah, I do believe I have full party of 6 goods. And they're gonna give me items. Great Ball, very nice. And a Great Ball, very good. Anyway, let's go in here. And heal up. So like I said, this Pokemon's just really disappointing in this game because yeah, you went from a type that had a lot of potential to become an interesting Pokemon to just a generic type. And ability that's good, but then stats are kind of mediocre. So yeah, it's a rare Pokemon in Emerald as well. And yeah, it's definitely not worth the hassle of going through its low encounter rate later on in the game. So yeah, and that's it. So yeah, that's all the Pokemon. And yeah, I guess I could end the spot now. So yeah, I basically only talked about the new Pokemon, but oh well, I hope that was fun. But yeah, next time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my Rolts to level 6 so I can learn Confusion, and I'm gonna start using it. So, and yeah, we got all these experiences, and hopefully it'll give me some good items while I'm doing that. So, if I run to a Seedot, well, I guess I'll show that off too. So, if I catch it, of course. But anyway, so that's all those Pokemon, so I'll see you guys again for the next part where we actually make some progress and we go to the next town. So yeah, I'll see you guys again for that.